Hello, my name is Andressa Gadda. I'm Research Fellow here at the Child Protection Research Center. Foster carers play an essential role in the care and protection of looked after children in Scotland, with more and more looked after children being placed in foster care each year. As acknowledged by the Scottish Government in 2007, it is important to include foster carers when planning for the child care, as they have a unique knowledge and understanding of the child's needs. However, many studies have indicated that while the foster carers are given the responsibility to look after children, that they are often denied the right to make decisions about the child's care. So, for example, a study carried out in the early 2000s found that carers complained bitterly about their inability to take or influence decisions. Another study, which was carried out about 10 years after that, arrived at similar conclusions, with the authors noticing that local authorities were still insisting on making decisions about things such as whether a child could have a haircut or if they could stay at a friend's overnight. And that is despite guidelines being issued by the Department of Health in 2004, which clarified that there had never been a statutory requirement for local authorities to carry out criminal records on adults when a child wants to stay overnight with a friend. A recent review of foster care provision, which was carried out by researchers here at the Child Protection Research Center, arrived at similar conclusions. They noted that foster carers were particularly concerned about not being involved in decisions about the permanent care or permanent plans for the child. Excluding or denying foster carers the opportunity to make decisions about a child's care have a number of negative consequences. So, for example, children and young people may end up missing out in activities due to bureaucratic delays, and they also may feel very different from their peers, which may cause them embarrassment and upset. Evidence also indicates that carers find it quite difficult to understand how, on the one hand, they give a responsibility for the care of the child, but on the other, they are denied the ability to make the decisions that any parent needs to make. And they feel that this constrains their ability to offer the child a normal family life and also to set reasonable family norms. The varied circumstances and the legal status of children in foster care means that it's quite difficult for policy and guidance to be prescriptive about which decisions can and cannot be made by foster carers. However, these difficulties could be minimized if both parents, foster carers and social workers would agree from the outset which responsibilities each of one of them would have. And then this plan should be reviewed regularly to ensure that it takes into account of the changing needs of the child as well as the changing legal status of the child. This agreement should also include the views of children and young people. However, as many studies have shown, children and young people's views and wishes are often ignored by adults, and that is perhaps one of the main challenges that we face when thinking about a child-centered service and provision.